same. Looks the same. Looks the same. Very good. Very good. Not that different is bad, just I need them to look the same right now. Oh, hey there, guys and girls, and welcome back to my Warp Markiplier, my Markiplier world. And I thought I would continue along with what I was doing and bring you guys along while we talk about something that is kind of been on my mind lately. And I figured since my Friday rant was coming up and we are on the letter D, if you are keeping up, and I sincerely hope you are. D is for different. Okay. And in case you're wondering what I mean when I say different, the handy dandy dictionary says not alike in character or quality, distinct in nature, dissimilar, not ordinary, unusual. That's what I'm talking about. And basically, I'm talking about not so much a place or thing or a belief, just us in general, you in general, me in general. That's what I'm talking about, okay? So, think about this. These are squares, okay, and lines, and they're all the same, but they serve a purpose. Now, think about your life. There are certain things in your life that need to have a coherent, straight line to them, okay? The way you study, the way you work. You want to be consistent and the same with it. I mean, you just need that continuity about it, to keep you focused and driven. All right, but that does not mean that you cannot still be different from your friends or your co-workers or your family or whoever you have in your life, okay? And I guess mostly this kind of happens in middle school, high school, I guess is where we really start noticing if we are different from our classmates and friends and people around us. We tend to want to be the same as everybody else in these situations because to stand out most times is to be bullied or picked on or made fun of, and we do not want that drama in our lives. There's enough headaches going on as it is, and you certainly don't need the added junk that comes along with, people making fun of you. So we tend to just keep our heads down for the most part and just kind of go along with whatever the straight line is and not step out of the box because it will get you noticed and probably picked on, and you really don't want that kind of aggravation. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to want to stand out. Now, some people love to stand out, be it jocks or, and I'm just using that term loosely, as a sports player, you want to excel, so you really go the extra mile to stand out and, to get noticed. Some people are the class clown. They love standing out. But I'm talking more about just everyday, quirks and things about you that make you different from everybody else. And some people love to be different. They don't want to conform. And I'm not talking rebelling, being mean and hateful. I'm just talking being their quirky selves. Okay? Dr. Seuss says, why fit in when you were born to stand out? Now, I guess a good way to look at this would be some of the characters people on YouTube. If you're like me, you have several dozen channels that you are subscribed to. And you go back to these people time and time again. And you can argue the point, well, there's a million gamers online. There's a million people that vlog. There's a million people that do so and so. Yup, I go to the ones I go to because they are different. They're quirky. They're, whatever it is, they are their unique selves. They don't let anybody tell them any different. And they go with it and have fun and just do their thing. And it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks. And when it comes down to it, I think that's why a lot of people don't want to be different, because they don't want people making fun of them. But in order to be yourself, and, you've just got to realize that no matter what you do, somebody's going to have something rude to say about it. So why should you conform to what everybody thinks is, and I'm using the little quote thingies in the air, normal, and just be your quirky self? Be who you are. My father always told me, I think I've said this before, the second you start letting somebody tell you who you are, you're nobody. You need to, if you're different, that's fine. There is not a law in this universe that says that you have to conform to somebody else's way of thinking about who you are. It's ridiculous. Why would you hide your flame under a basket? You know what I'm saying? Be you. And remember last time we talked about courage. Well, this is where that courage comes in. This is when you're, let's say, in middle school, and you're starting kind of to put yourself out there, hey, I like so-and-so. And people, stand around you all turning, well, nobody else likes that. And then that's when you feel it. You feel that dread and that, oh, well, I didn't mean to be different. I won't say anything else. Bull crap. Don't dare change what you like, who you are, just so you conform to somebody else's little square world, okay? You be you, and you be different, okay? Taylor Swift says, if you are lucky enough to be different, don't ever change. That's it. Don't change for anybody, okay? It's hard enough in this world, just surviving sometimes. And sometimes you gotta be a little quirky and crazy to do that. And it's fine. Don't change how you see the world, okay? If I want to say that the world is purple, so what? I'm a little different. Who cares? It doesn't mean I'm a bad person. It doesn't mean I'm a mean person. It doesn't mean that you are wrong and I am right. It doesn't mean I am wrong and you're right. It just means that I'm different. My opinion is different than yours. The way I want to dress is different than yours. The way I want to have fun is different than yours. It does not mean I'm wrong. It does not mean that you're wrong. It just means that we have two different ways of seeing something. That's all it is. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's hard enough, it's to be, I guess Bono said it, he goes, to be one, to be united, it's a good thing. But to respect the right to be different is maybe even greater. And I think sometimes we forget to do that. We are so worried about how people are going to see us, how people are going to react to us, that we will change what we think in order to fit into somebody else's universe. And I don't see why we have to do that. Why do I have to conform to what you think is normal, what you think is right, in order for me to be me? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not compromising who I am and what I think and believe and love to do because you might frown and whisper behind your hand, oh, I just can't believe they're just so different. You know what? Get over yourself. I hate it, and, too bad. This is me. This is always going to be me. It doesn't matter if I'm 50 years old and playing YouTube games. It doesn't matter if I like to, whatever. It's none of your business, first of all. And second of all, so what? I can think of a million thousand things that are worse than playing video games and putting them on YouTube. And you can too. It's just different to you. Okay? And you can say this about anything. Religion, politics, whatever subject you want to bring up. There is always going to be somebody that says that you are different and wrong. No matter what the subject is. Okay? Walter Isaacson said, smart people are a dime a dozen. What matters is the ability to think different, to think out of the box. Okay? And that's true. You can get a bunch of smart people in a room, and I'm talking about, all they see is just the facts. And you can't, well, 1 and 1 is 2. Well, why can't it be, 4? Well, it just can't be. Well, think outside the box. How can it be? Well, no, we don't want to do that. That's, that's a lame example, but, you see my point. Sometimes the smartest people in the room can't get past traditional. Okay? They can't see another way of thinking about something because they have learned it this way for decades, generations, and there's just no other way to look at it. There can't be. That's different. It's dangerous. It's wrong. Whatever. Come on, people. Sometimes the quirkiest, craziest ideas that come up from these quirky, crazy people that you call different, when you kind of roll your eyes, they are some of the most innovative people on this planet right now. Okay? Just because they stepped out of the little box that people were trying to shove them into, and they thought for themselves, and they went with their quirky differences, and, now they're the ones laughing. Probably to the bank. So, but it's not just about making money or things like that. It's just about realizing that you do not have to change what you think in order to fit into some square somewhere. Okay? It's just, I don't know. I love something that Buck Owens said. Of course, I grew up when hee-haw was a big thing, and he always said, I am who I am. I am what I am. I do what I do, and I ain't never gonna do it any different. I don't care who likes it and who don't. And that is probably one of my life mottos. Okay? If you spend all your time trying to please everybody else, you are going to get so lost you're not going to know who you are. Okay? It's sad that we feel that we have to do that. It's sad if you teach your children to do that. it's bad enough they're getting pigeonholed in school. Well, you have to take this class, you have to take that because everybody else does, and we're not going to do anything different. You can't think different. You know, bull crap, crap. I'm calling it crap. That's what it is, crap. Okay. I notice now that me and Nicole BW have talked about this. Um, Schools are adding like gaming classes, how to code, how to make games. There is my son is a senior this year, and one of his classes is they actually take some games like Age of Empires, um, Banished, and teach kids how to build a society, what it takes, and I think that is really cool. Learning, that's just, it's unique. It's outside the box. It's different. And I know my son's going to really enjoy it. As you well know, I hope, if you keep up with me, my son is a high functioning autistic. So in some ways, he's very in the box. In some ways, he's so different. Most people don't get it, and they never will get it. Okay? I want you to look up somebody. I want you to Google somebody. I'll put the name right here. Please forgive me if I butcher the name. But there is a movie, and it's about a lady called Temple Grandin. I'm not sure I pronounced that right. But if I can find um, a story or something, she was autistic, and that's when autism was first being diagnosed, and people didn't really understand it. They just knew that people that had it were strange and different, you know. And if you get a chance to see this story or this movie, I suggest that you watch it. It is absolutely astounding what this girl had to fight and overcome with her autism. It is breathtaking. If you do not cry at some point in this movie, you are a soulless bastard. That's all I can say. It is an astounding movie. But she says a couple of quotes from her actually. She says, "I am different, not less." That's one of the things that you need to remember about yourself, okay? It doesn't matter if you're autistic. It doesn't matter if you're blind. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, purple, green, Martian, Catholic. It doesn't matter. It does not matter what the difference is about you, okay? You are never less than someone else, okay? And another quote from her, different doesn't mean wrong. Those are the two things that I want you to take away, if nothing else, from this video today, okay? You can be as quirky and as different as you want to be, okay? And do not ever feel that you have to apologize for it. And it is not wrong for you to be yourself. All right? So, I'm going to go finish working on my squares. But just notice that every once in a while, there's a different one. And that's just fine. So, hope you guys enjoyed. D is for different. And in the comments below, tell me how you think you're different. And has anybody ever brought it up to you, or you've had to struggle with it somehow? And what happened, if you want to share it with me. So I will leave that here. This is Redneck Rants. We are in season 4. And if you have any suggestions for future episodes, except for the letter P is already taken, I'll give it due consideration. And I love you guys, and we are so, so close to hitting 700 subscribers. We just hit 100 on my other channel. I want to thank you guys for staying with me. It is much appreciated. I love each and every one of you and all the time you spend with me and shout me out, share me. Thank you so, so much. And I'll catch you guys next time. I am so out of here.